It's meal prepping time. That's what it is. I've been going through the grocery store. So this week I am going to make my own freezable breakfast sandwiches. And I'm gonna have a little like egg McMuffin going on, but I'm gonna be able to freeze those. I'm gonna make them ahead and I'm gonna put them in the freezer. So I'm gonna have some Canadian bacon. I have some sourdough. I really like sourdough English muffins. And I'm gonna bake those on a sheet pan. I'm gonna put those in the oven. And then I also am gonna make up some sausage patties and then put those on there and layer them in and then put them in the freezer. So that's something that I could pull up and have a grab and go snack for breakfast at any time that I need it. And the other thing that I do is a lot of the hummus that we buy is made with soybean oil. And for me, I actually do have a soybean sensitivity. And so I'm gonna be making my own hummus. And that's just gonna take some dried garbanzo beans and gonna go ahead and cook those up. And I get to control all of the ingredients in that. And I use olive oil and I'm gonna limit the salt. And it's also cheaper. And that's something that I do for myself once a month so I can have some hummus that's around for me to grab and snack with vegetables and that sort of thing. So those are two really good food ideas for this week. And I'm gonna revisit the vitamin D discussion that got cut off on the last video. And you know, when we think about vitamin D, we think about that as being the vitamin that's the sunshine vitamin, that we can get what we need from the sun by us just being out in the sun. And that is partially true. And the thing about getting full sun every day is that we need to have full torso sun. And we need to be out in the sun in a full torso situation, being able to absorb through our skin the vitamin D from the sun. And that takes 20 minutes for us to get our daily dosage of vitamin D naturally. And you know, so many of us live in different parts of the country that we actually need to be supplementing with vitamin D because we aren't getting that 20 minutes a day. And we're also lathering on sunscreen to prevent skin cancer. So we're not really getting all of the vitamin D needs that we need on a daily basis. And you know, when I'm coaching women and have them do a vitamin D test, it's been surprising how many women have been so low in their vitamin D levels. And the normal range is between 40 and 60 NGs on the test if you go get that blood test for vitamin D. And I've been seeing women going through divorce and healing from trauma. They've been in the teens, you know, 13, 14, 15. And if we're not getting enough vitamin D, that can actually cause great mood disturbances and emotional dysregulation. And so that's something that I really have all my ladies start supplementing with vitamin D. And here's the other thing is vitamin D, the recommended daily allowance for vitamin D is so artificially low. The government says for all people, all ages, that you need 600 IUs of vitamin D to get your needs met, and you can supplement with a quick vitamin D tablet. But the other thing is that vitamin D is actually fat soluble too. So it takes time for it to absorb into the body. And it's not as quick as like vitamin C, which is water soluble. When we take vitamin C, that we take a capsule, and then, you know, if we get enough vitamin C, the rest of it goes out in our urine. But with vitamin D, it needs to be absorbed into our fat cells. And so there's a couple of complicating things with that. Like, yes, 600 IUs is what the government recommends for daily needs. But for women in trauma and women healing after divorce or separation or, you know, midlife transition with a lot of stress, I would highly recommend boosting the vitamin D supplementation on a daily basis. I would definitely be talking in the 1,000 to 5,000 IUs per day. And there's a couple of benefits with that. You know, there is not only you get bone health You know, that's something we have. Vitamin D helps with bone health, but it also helps with calcium absorption. And if we learned anything through the pandemic, vitamin D is also good for immunity boosting. And it's also good for teeth and for our bones. And it's also good for our muscles too as we age. And again, the really big thing about vitamin D that a lot of people don't know about is it's a good mood stabilizer. So that's something that you might want to consider getting tested for a vitamin D deficiency. It's a really quick blood test. I believe that it's less than $100. I'm sure your doctor would help you out with that. But again, you know, it's going to take a while for that to absorb into your body to be able to get to the regular amount of 40 to 60 NGs that your body needs. And you know, one of the things here is a lot of the supplements, they come in like, you know, less than 1,000 or whatever. But in order to boost it into your fat stores, you know, you're going to start needing to boost with, you know, 2,000, 5,000. And for me to be able to keep my vitamin D levels up, I take a 10,000 IU tablet couple times a week, and that has really helped me to stay pretty regular when I do blood tests in the vitamin D area. So, you know, if you're really struggling with mood dysregulation and, you know, your emotions being all over the place, their vitamin D deficiency could be the culprit with all of that. So I just wanted to share how important vitamin D is, especially for healing and highly stressful times. And that's something that can be overlooked. Another thing is, you know, yes, it is August. And I know a lot of women are affected by seasonal affective disorder when you feel a little bluesy in the fall when the sun goes away and when there's less sun. And, you know, that's something that you could start supplementing right now, today, to be able to start building up those stores for vitamin D. So that's my little tip today. I'm doing some meal prepping for some breakfast sandwiches that I'm going to throw in the freezer that I'll be able to have for when I need to take and go on the go for quick mornings. And I'm also going to make my own hummus from scratch. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments about that, please drop them below, and I'd be happy to address any of those or continue the conversation. So anyway, hope you have a really great day. Take care. Bye-bye.